Hi, Paul Sinclair here from Super Deluxe Edition. I wanted to give you a demonstration of a new bit of functionality that we've launched today on the website, and that is a release calendar. So this is a section of the site which shows you all the different releases that are coming out in the future in a calendar format. So I just thought it would be useful to show you this video just to demonstrate how the functionality works. So here we are on the superdeluxeedition.com website, and there's now a new menu item at the top called, as you may expect, Release Calendar. So if you hover over that and click on Release Calendar, that will take you to the new bit of functionality. So what you can see here is when you click on Release Calendar, it takes you into the month that we're in now. So today's the 15th of March. So it's showing us all the releases in March. So it's a simple grid format, and every release has a thumbnail which shows the image of the release. It has a date attached to it which shows you the date that it's come out, this little tag here at the top. It has the name of the artist and the title of the album. So you can scroll up and down and check all these out. After a certain amount of time you click this button here to load more releases, and I'll do that again. So this is all the releases for March here. And if you want more information about a release, you just hover over it, and then it says read more, and you click on it and it takes you to the page or the post with all the details of the product and videos and pre-order links, etc, etc. If you want to go back to the calendar, you simply hit the back button on your browser, or you could hit Release Calendar again. So that's the basic concept, that's how it works. You can change the time period that you're looking at, as you might expect. So up here we've got select week or month, and there's also a calendar icon, so you can click on both of those or either of those and it pulls up the calendar for you. And because music releases tend to only come out on a Friday, there didn't seem much point allowing you to look at individual days, because most of the time nothing comes out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the exception being DVD and Blu-ray releases. So you can look at a week period or you can look at a month period. That's the options. They're the two options. If I want to look at a week, you can see it grays out weeks here, so you just click and it shows you that particular week. So if I click on the next week, it shows you that particular week. Now, once you're in a week, you can use these little arrows here to just flip forward. So obviously that's a little bit easier than going into this section here. So you can just flip backwards and forwards and have a look at what's going on. So hopefully that's quite usable. So you can go to May. If you want to look at a whole month, then what you do is you go to the calendar here, and you just go to this bottom section and say click on select months. That shows you a whole month. So this is May. There's only one thing for June at the moment. Lloyd Cole is in July, so it's obviously it gets more sparse as you go forward. So you can go backwards as well. If I flip backwards here, I think it starts sometime around July or June last year, and then you won't get any more content because this bit of functionality hasn't retrospectively coded, all the 8 years worth of content. So we've just started at a certain point and then that's it. But obviously everything that gets put on the website for the future you will see on here. Let's talk about the filtering here. Put some sort of reasonably simple, straightforward filtering, which I just want to explain because sometimes it can be a little bit confusing what you're filtering in and what you're filtering out. So this is March here. So if I just select everything. Right, so the way this filter works is if I click on vinyl, what it's doing there is it's saying show me anything that has a vinyl element in it. It doesn't have to be standalone vinyl, it just has to include a vinyl element. So what you're seeing now, everything here has vinyl in it to some degree or another, or is available on vinyl. So this White Snake is coming out on vinyl, Flight of the Conchords is vinyl and CD, but there is vinyl as well. Bernard Herrmann is vinyl. These ones are obviously vinyl. Doctor Who. Shine a Light is came out on vinyl. etc., etc. So you get the idea. If I uncheck vinyl, then it will show you a bit more. So a good example is Kate Bush. Actually, you see Kate Bush there on March the 8th. That The Other Side's compilation only came out on CD because the vinyl is already available as a box set. So if I click on vinyl, the Kate Bush disappears. You see that Kate Bush has gone because that specific release, wasn't available on vinyl. So that's what that's all about. The same is true with CD. So if we click on CD, it removes anything that doesn't have a CD element to it. So this should be quite a lot if I click on that. So you see quite a bit has disappeared there. So Snow Patrol has gone. Leo Sayer has gone because that's a vinyl box set. Doctor Who has gone, etc. So what you're looking at are things that are only available on CD. The reason Gary Newman is there is because I thought originally that was coming out on CD and it wasn't, so I'll need to change the coding on that. But it does work, and everything here, that came out on CD originally. Stephen Malcolmus, I'm pretty sure that's coming out on CD. So you get the general idea, and the same is true with DVD. So there's DVDs, obviously there's a lot less. There's a Blu-ray with the box set, but that did come out on DVD, which is why that's showing. There's a DVD with Alphaville, and the Paul Weller has a DVD as well. Blu-ray, there's Stephen Wilson. A book element, well, that's my Heaven 17 booklets, that's why that's there. And box set is, if it's a kind of traditional super deluxe type box set, which is why Alphaville's there. If you've got multiple things selected, you can choose to deselect all, and it will just take you back to nothing selected. You can also search for a release. So if I type Kate Bush in here, then there's only one Kate Bush release in March and it shows you it. If you want to clear that selection, then you do so by clicking there. If I now want to move on to another time period, so if I click forward into April, what happens is it just forgets about that search criteria and just goes back to everything. That seemed to be the most logical way of doing it. So this is March. So I'm quite excited about this because it's a really good way to delve into the content of future releases and what's coming up. It's a lot less linear than things are at the moment. So I'm quite excited about this. One thing to stress is that this release calendar is purely about physical music releases. So you won't see on this grid anything other than that. So you won't see deal alerts. You won't see unboxing videos, competitions, etc. This is purely products that are coming out. I may kind of open this up and develop this further in future iterations, but for the time being it's just physical music products that have a release date attached to them and are coming out at some point in time. The other thing to stress is that everything here links into a post on Super Deluxe Edition. So if I haven't posted about it on Super Deluxe Edition for whatever reason, it won't be on here, because everything here links to content on the website. The other thing to point out is that if I've selected CD here in April, so I've narrowed down the selection, and if I then go to May, unlike the search, it does keep the CD checked. So if you've got CD selected and you're clicking through the various months, you are looking at a reduced selection, and you need to untick to see everything again. So the filter is remembered as you move through different time periods. So if you're not seeing as much as you expected to see, the answer is probably that you've got one of these filters on, that you need to turn them off. This does work on mobile. There's a slightly different navigation on mobile, but we've tested this and it works well on mobile. So I'm hoping you'll enjoy that on the mobile format as well. That's really it. I'm really excited about this, and what I would say is that, please, I will be posting about this new bit of functionality on the website. Please do leave your feedback if there's any glitches or things don't work as expected. this is almost, not quite, like a kind of beta test in a way, because we're not expecting it to be absolutely perfect, and there's so many different browsers and platforms and operating systems that something is bound to come up, but just let us know and we'll put it on the list of things to get solved. The other thing I would say is, just make sure you're using a kind of nice, fresh, up-to-date version of whatever browser you use, Chrome, Safari, etc. If you're using Netscape Navigator on Windows 95, then I can't guarantee this is going to work correctly. So I would just say, make sure your browser is up to date, and hopefully that will resolve any issues. So I hope that's nice and clear. And I'm really looking forward to some feedback on this. It's been a while since we've had any new functionality on the Super Deluxe Edition, so I'm really excited about this. And I've got lots of plans to improve this with future rollouts, so watch this space. But for now, thanks for listening. This is Paul signing off from superdeluxeedition.com.